Hey everybody, we are back with another celebrity couple. We're going to take a look at Brian and Angie, as I like to call her, and we're just going to do a check in. So, I did hear a couple things as I was meditating. I heard, you didn't change fast enough. Then I heard, you changed too fast. And I think that's Angie speaking. You didn't change fast enough. And I think he will say to her, you changed too fast. But I tell you one thing, this really, the levees have broken and they actually can be happy now. They actually are able to move forward in life. They are actually free. Whatever they went through, whatever came to a head with them, it broke something. It freed them. And it also allowed them to become who they really are. So, I don't follow them. But whatever you know about them right now, that's who they really are. And those things were hidden before. So however you see her and however you see him, those parts of them, they were hidden before they got together. You wasn't able to see those parts of them before. And today, the things you hear is true. I just feel like I need to say that. Whatever you hear is true. That's how it feels. Okay. So we're going to look into how he feels about her and how she feels about him. And they are so angry at each other. They calling each other toxic. They calling each other evil. They're calling each other the same names. They're accusing each other of the same energies, but of course, practical and naturally, they do different things. They got different vices. But the energy is the same, the spirit is the same, the name calling is the same. But they got different vices. Okay? So, looking at Brad right now, he regrets he ever met her. He regrets he was ever with her. And I just heard clearly, not my kids. Clearly. It was very strong. Not my kids. He loves the kids. He desires the kids. He doesn't regret the children. But he has a regret here for her. So what are we doing right now? He's blaming. He's pointing a finger. Because of knowing you, meeting you, touching you, experiencing you, and letting you in. I wish those things never, ever happened. We were not meant to be together. You are not my soulmate. You are not my life partner. You are not the person that I should have ever looked at. Because ever since I've been with you, I've been going through a toxic circle constantly, repeating this toxic behavior over and over again. He is blaming her for being a trigger to the things that's inside of him. Why I say it like that? Because nobody can make you do anything. It's already inside of you. But he accuses her of being a trigger and an influence, and he wants her out of his system. She's the devil to him, the demon, the trigger, the influencer, the darkness, the evil. She is the enemy. And it's very, very strong. And I've never really seen it like this in marriage. There's no marriage here. There's no union. There's no love. There is regret on Brad's side. So we're going to look into that, see if we can get some information. It says here, she wasn't even meant to be in my life and I had signs. He's telling me that he knew what he knew before he knew it. Like, I knew it. I felt it. I saw it. I remember the signs. And I could just hear him speaking this to other people. Like, remember that day? And then that next day, I missed it. We were not supposed to be together. She is not the one. She was never the one. These things should have never happened. I want out of it. I should have never touched her. I should have never created this. I should have never, ever replied. So I got regret here. And I got him wishing that he never touched or initiated or replied because of some certain signs that he saw. But this ain't over. Still spiritually open. Some more needs to be understood. Some more needs to be learned. But he don't want to. He was supposed to learn something from her. And he don't want to. Because he's looking at her as a mistake and a regret and a bad decision. The beauty doesn't matter today. The smiles, the seduction doesn't matter today. The chemistry, the attraction, none of that matters today. He can't even see it. All he see is blame. Like, you are the reason for everything. But there are some things deeper he needs to understand, to be free, to be complete, for things to close out. He does not want to look at his own doing. He don't want to see himself. Okay, so we got a situation here where he has his own portion of life. There is another person inside of him. There is another behavior inside of him. There is a part of him that he does not want to look at. It was other reasons why he was smiling. But he's blaming her for opening that door. Like, I was only in this room because she didn't do. I was only in this room because she did. I was only in this room because of the way she made me feel. Yes, I had this thing in me since probably I was born. Yes, I had those desires. I had that type of thirst. I had that type of happiness that I like. He has a thing. He has vices. And he's saying that I always had that. Yeah, you're right. But she made me do it more. She made me do it in depth. She made me go deeper. She didn't bring the energy to me that will make me not desire my thirst. How do you blame someone for your thirst? He needs to see that. He needs to see things that he does not want to see. And these breakdowns that happened before was because of his thirst. His desires. He was in a relationship and still thirsty. And he doesn't want to talk about it. When he goes in the room, he indulges, and when he comes out, it's almost like it doesn't exist. But there's a time lapse. And everybody who's in reality knows that. She knew that. I feel like I'm talking to him. And she knew you were gone. There's a clock. There were symbols. There were signs. It was a schedule. It was dinner. It was time to do other things. And you wasn't there. So you can shut the door on your thirst. But there was a time lapse. You were not there. And you don't want to see that. You want to walk away from the conversation of your thirst. And then you want to blame someone, existence, for what you became, or because you went deeper. Like you were here to save me from the room. And because of your behavior, I was never saved from the room. I kept those desires. This is about blame. This is about him with regret and feeling like they never ever should have touched fingers. Because since he's been with her, he's been in a constant cycle, constantly triggered, weakening, feeling weak. He feels like he was pushed. Like you guys just pushed me out the door. And I said, you guys couldn't be talking about the kids, right? I don't regret the kids, but y'all was pushing me out the door. They worked for you. He saw the kids as being hirelings, like they work for her. I just told somebody that, did a counseling session yesterday, and we had a moment in the session where I had the woman realize that she was turning the kids on and off. Yep. We can love daddy today. Great season to love him. And then when she was not so loving to him, oh, forget it. Don't worry about him. She didn't know that she was influencing the relationship between the kids and the dad. Because when she was satisfied with him, she was in a role, whatever that role is. And when she wasn't satisfied with him, the kids joined her without even knowing it. And then she said the kids doesn't like him either. Or the kids has an issue with him too. We even found out that the kids never said that. This is just what she assumed based on the behaviors between the kids and him. But for some reason, she never noticed the same behavior when things was going well between her and her husband. And of course, I'm not saying this for no reason. He says they pushed me out. And he's actually talking about her and the kids. I was going through a constant cycles of being stripped of my masculinity, of my titles, of my leadership and who I was. They were weakening me. They pushed me. They pushed me into it's crazy because I have him saying that he was weakened, but they actually is accused of pushing him into strengthening himself to do his thirst even more. Got a possible Leo here that he could have been escaping to, running to. Possible. Very possible. Possible air sign, possible Leo here that he could have been escaping to, or this is just him weak enough to run away or weak enough to walk away, which makes him strong enough to stay inside of the thirst. Drinking or people. He's basically saying that not only she is not healthy to my healthy lifestyle or to me becoming healthy or staying healthy or staying away from these thirsty rooms and places. She couldn't do that. And although she couldn't do that, the kids joined with her and they influenced me and pushed me away even further to what I was thirsting. The family wasn't healthy for me. But remember, in the beginning, I heard clearly, now my kids, I don't regret my kids. Well, maybe he regrets the grooming. Maybe he regrets who raised them. If I was naive, I feel like he wants me to believe that they push me away to my vices and push me away to those rooms, places, and I still gave love to her. You made it hard for me to survive. You made it hard for me to be healthy, and I still gave you the love. I still gave you. So when he comes home with the rest of him, he felt like that was the best of him. He definitely felt like he gave her love in the midst of everything that he was being troubled with. And now today, all he wants is a out. I want away from her. I don't want to be connected to her spirit ever again. I tried, I quit. It was because of her. Let's see what the bondage was. Got codependency there. Codependency of responsibility. She was responsible. Yeah. The conflict, the bondage. How could you blame someone for the whole relationship? Because he's unhealed. He hasn't looked at himself. And I mean really looked at himself. And he feels that his punishments or consequences is too great. This is the way he felt about her. I gotta release the bondages that you created from day one. I gotta release the conflict that you consistently had in my life. So I can be me. So I can get back to being me. Self-controlled, temperance. So I can get back to floating, being easy, being me, being able to hear my own thoughts. You want to be his authentic self again. Oh, but he's still conflicted. This is a me problem. The way she feels about him. You have been convicted. You are guilty. I don't want to hear what you say. I don't care about what you're doing. You have been exposed. You have been released. I got the key to that door and I open it and you can just die because of it. You can shrink. I just heard, I'm melting. Like they do on cartoons and movies. I just saw him melting and she's watching. Because you had no substance, no way. You wasn't made of anything. And that's why you melted. Or melting. She says you are guilty. You have been exposed. You have been revealed. You have been released. The door has been opened. We got it open. When you were in it, we got it open. And now you can just melt away. Let's see. What did you expose? What do you know? What do you see? She's not going to tell us everything. She's still doing him a favor. Or maybe she's doing herself a favor. You ever wanted someone to be punished, but you don't want it done too quickly. You want to see it melt. She says you're guilty, and I know everything you did and everything you're doing. You have been exposed, but I'm not going to say everything. I'm not going to tell everything. It's almost like holding back to watch him decline, which is still. Have you ever tasted unrighteousness? I just popped my tongue like I could. She don't want to fight no more. So she's basically saying, I know everything. I saw everything. I told enough. I'm not telling anymore. I don't feel like fighting with it anymore. I don't feel like dealing with it anymore. I'm going to watch you melt. Yeah. I have her standing by watching. I have her abandoning him, but still able to see. Still may even have connects to know his temperature. Like, it feels like she can contact someone, earth sign maybe, to still find out how he's living. Like, is he dying yet? Has he lost yet? Is he restless? I got her checking on him and checking on his consequence. I have her away from him, but still being able to see him, still having access. This is a slow punishment that she wants to see and creating it by not revealing everything. Let's see something. Because she was a part of it. I wanted to know why you wasn't seeing everything. Because she was a part of some of it. You ever just start stealing cars with someone and you say, hey, I don't want to steal cars anymore. Like, but you already did. You'll always be a car thief. I have them being eye to eye with this thirst. Because we know that thirst is not new. It was there when they met. I have them eye to eye. I have her full understanding of what's happening in that room. Yeah, she knows. And no, she's not going to tell us everything. She gave bits and pieces and she had to hold back because she is connected some kind of way. And it's not by being married. She was in it. You ever agreed to something that was so horrible and then change your damn mind? That's what that felt like. She's seen it. She has a knowing of it. She was a part of something already. I just heard hall pass. Was you giving out hall passes, Angie? I don't know what I call it in. And then she wanted to quit. Okay, so I don't know how long they've been together. I don't know how long. But I got her going in to this relationship with the thirst or the closed room as a baby. That was the baby. The baby was the thirst, the vice, whatever he has, the entanglements, whatever he's doing behind closed doors, whatever time lapse and time travel he likes to do. That was a part of the relationship. That was the baby. That was the real baby. That was it. And then I got this 4-year mark when she says, I don't want that baby no more. I know, right? Just go with me. I want to kill that baby. I want to get rid of this baby. I have no need for it no more. You have no need for it no more. We can replace it with something else. It's something that she no longer agreed to anymore. She didn't want to be a part of it. But he continued, and then a bitter and resentment just constantly grows, and hatred grows, and now I'm just going to watch you from afar. as you slowly melt away. She says, you've been released. You've been found out, and you've been released. Yeah. You're done. You're finished. I gave you amount of time. I have no option but to release you. I have to take action on you. I do not want to reconcile with you. I did say in the very beginning that both of them could be happy now. The levees have broken. It just feels like water just burst through the door, like birth water. I hear a splash, and it feels like a water balloon just burst, like a woman just bust a water bag. I would not be surprised if you birthed a child as well. This has a childlike energy between them too, which is also a threat at the same time. I have her wanting to be bigger, better, and taller than him. And because of that ego, it is taking her longer to receive this blessing of happiness in life. And I have him not being able to see himself, which is taking him longer to receive his happiness in life. But they both are boxed in to have a new life and have happiness. And not only that, she doesn't even want him to do another prosperous thing in life. She doesn't even want him to grow. She wants him to melt away. Melt away. Yeah. She's a spokesperson of him not growing anymore. It's like she wants him dead. That's how that feel. He had no substance. I want him dead. It's almost like she's a spokesperson of making sure that his career this may not be happening naturally, but this is how it spiritually feel. Don't hire him. Don't work with him. He's this. He's that. She wants him canceled as she rises. But by that being a motive, it's affecting her happiness. Let me see. The biggest conflict right now for Brad. I think I know that already. Yeah, I do. Okay. It's not taking responsibility. What was the purpose of this connection? If it was even a purpose. It was allowed, of course. But what was the purpose? Was there any purpose? Was something? Oh, cars everywhere. Everywhere. Let's see. Okay, I'll take it. It's almost like to ruin each other's lives. The purpose was for exposure. The things inside of them to be exposed to themselves. All right. This is what I have here. If you would like to hear more about this celebrity and you have questions, or there's another celebrity you would like for me to upload, make a donation to the channel, and I'll be happy to do that for you.